Welcome everyone in this new video tutorial about Diablo like dungeon generator. In this video we are going to clean up our project and especially our naming conventions because I'm not happy about how we named a lot of the stuff we are using. So the first thing you want to do is to make a copy of your project. So I've just went ahead and done one before I record that video. So do a copy of your project, and then we're going to actually be switching some of the names we're using in our utility folder. So this is probably going to break some of the stuff we did. So we're going to do it gently in order not to break anything. So cardinal point is just going to be E direction, like that. So it might break everything, but we are not sure. After we rename that, we're going to go to filters, miscellaneous, redirectors, and we're going to check if we don't have any redirector. No, we don't. That's good. We're going to open up our level generator and we're going to hit compile, hit play. Okay, I just want one player and I want to check if... Okay, so nothing broke. So the next thing on our list is the dungeon progression. This is just going to be E progression. Once again, we're going to check if we do not have any redirector. No, we don't. We're going to hit refresh all nodes on our level generator. We're going to hit save, play. It's all fine. And then tile direction. What is this? This is something we're actually not using in the game, so we're going to go to our BP tile and we're going to get rid of our matrix, which is called tile direction. We're going to just delete that and hit compile, hit save, control shift save, hit play, and everything is working. Now we're going to get rid of the tile direction. It's asking for a force delete, so we're going to close everything and we're going to delete move the tile direction. Then movement flow, we want to call that E connection type. We want to make sure we do not have any redirector. Then we want to open up our level generator. We want to hit refresh all nodes. We want to hit play. Everything is working. We want to hit save. Tile template. This is going to be tile type. We're going to check our redirector. We do not have any. We're going to hit Control 5, F5 I mean, refresh all nodes. Then directions. This one is a bit tough. So we're going to call that S connections. And then we're going to check for our directors. We do not have any. So we're going to go to our level generator, hit F5, can refresh all nodes, hit save, hit play. And maybe it breaks something because it lagged, but it was just compiling blueprint. That's why it lagged. Forced tile, how do we want to call that? I think we don't want to call that anything but forced tile. Tile, how do we want to call that? I think we want to call that broadcasted tile. Like that. So I've thought about how we should be renaming stuff beforehand. So tile information, we actually want to call that cell information. I mean just cell. or just tile. This is going to be called tile. So let's compile our level generator. Let's hit save and then play, and everything is working. Let's check if we have redirectors. No, we don't. So we can move on to renaming the functions we have here. So we're going to rename the functions, the variables, and we're going to store them in different folders than we are currently storing them. Mostly because during the whole tutorial series, I was always looking for my functions using their names instead of just going to the different folders they were in, mostly because the logic we are using is not the naming convention, and the logic uh, that is connecting the different functions with each other is not properly set up, and we're just going to redo, not to redo, but to clean some of this. So let's just start renaming stuff. So I've went ahead and I did a list of what I want to rename. So reroll dungeon is going to be reroll layout. On end generation, I want to delete that, so I'm going to put that in the folder delete to delete. Reroll dungeon, reroll layout, I mean, I want to put that in the folder layout, even if I don't know how I'm going to subfolder this. So what else do I want to fix in here? So reset layout, generate level, all of this I want to keep that. And then in generation, generate tile layout, I want to delete that function as well. And spawn tile, this is going to be in tiles. Spawn tile layout, this is going to be in tile. I'm going to close everything. So I was in system. So I should not be switching the categories just now, because everything is moving around and it's harder to find the stuff I'm looking for. So where was I? If I'm generate extra connections, so I'm kind of lost because it actually moved the things, and my list is in order, is order in the previous order I had before I moved the categories. So I was in here, generate additional tile. So I actually want to call that draw additional tiles, draw extra connections, draw replacement tiles, calculate cells to start, calculate layout, I want to get rid of that function. This is all going to be in our layout. So I'm cleaning them out of the way. This is going to be in a cell folder. Generate by background tile layout. This is going to be draw background tiles. So not bracket ground, but background. This is going to be in our layout folder like this. So we have several layout folders. That's because of the space we might be using. If we add a bar in there, it's going to be stored in the other folder. System generate layout, all of this we want all of this, but we want to rename that and to put that in different folders. So we want that. This is going to be in a level folder. Reset layout is going to be in our layout folder. Generate layout is going to be in the layout folder as well. Check for corridor room. It's not on my list right now. I first want to get the stuff that was in our layout, if I'm correct. Nope, I think it was in there. Get tile class. This is going to be renamed get matching tile class, and this is going to be in our tile folder. Get tile location. This is going to be renamed get cell location, and this is going to go in our cell folder. Find a random valid tile. This is going to be called get random matching tile in array. And this is going to go in our tile folder as well. Like that. And then we want to go there is the location used. This is going to be called is cell used. River cardinal is going to be called river direction. Then get locations around is going to be called get cells around. Are tiles connected? It's good. Where am I coming from is going to be called get cells directions. Get cell direction. Get cells direction. Make empty direction. I want to get rid of that because this was at the beginning of our level generator tutorials. And we actually have a structure that does that for now. So we want to get rid of this. And then where was I? I was there. Get locations around. This is going to be called get cells around, but we already so get cell around. Get free cells around is going to be called get unused cells around. Direction to vector is fine. Direction to flow is not fine. It's going to be called direction to connection type. Directions. So not that one. Direction to vector as was right, but here is going to be directions. So this is actually going to be connections to connection type. We're going to hit compile, hit play. Everything should work. Get cell connection, get tile. This is going to be called get end tile direction. And I add something else to rename. What was it? Direction to vector. So we want to call that get cell in direction. I'm not sure. Like that. And we will actually modify some of the logic in another video maybe. First we're going to clean up. So I want to go in another part of my little paper. So get unused cell around, direction to connection type, we renamed that already. I want to move that a bit. I want to put that in cell river direction. I want to put that in cell connection matching as well. Get cells around as well. Our tiles connected is going to go to tile. Get cells direction as well. Get our tiles connected is going to go to cell and is going to be named our cells connected instead. get cell around, we'll go to cell, should step back. I forgot that one. I wanted to rename that, but I will put that in the delete folder for now because I want to build that in another way. So get unused cell around, going to cell in direction as well, connections to connection type as well, get end tile direction. I'm not sure where this is going. So for now, it's going to go in a MISC folder, which we are going to spell with capital letters, just to make sure we understand. We have to clean that. So we're just going to call that to clean, and we're going to move. So we're just going to move that to delete because we want to get rid of that. So what else do we want to clean? I'm just going to close everything. Is style of type. This is going to go. So I'm just going to grab my paper. We're going to our print function. Debug is going to be called display text. Debug direction is going. This is going to be called print texts. This is going to be called print direction. Debug error is going to be called print error. Display, no. This is going to be called add error to log. Display error report is going to be called display error log, and we're going to create a function category for them, which is going to be error log. Like that, we're going to put everything in there. And then we're going to go to our layout folder, to our connect tiles. It's going to be called connect cells. Set connection enabled is going to be called connect cell. Add tile to the layout. I think we want to get rid of that, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's going to be called add tile in cell. And this is all going to go to our cell folder. Find unused location. What does it do? So it's doing a lot of stuff. If we're looking for a specific direction, we just check it. So this is actually something we are using to create a generic tile. So we are actually going to move that to our delete folder because it's obviously a wrong name, or the function is obviously doing a lot of stuff. So I might have iterated upon that function in my paper, but I'm just not finding it right now, so we'll see later on. So we are moving all of our stuff to the cell folder like that. And then we want to close the cell, close the delete. We want to close the error log. We want to open up our layout. Nope, not that one, the other one. Add start style to the layout. So I think, yep, I'm there. So draw start style. Try add style to layout. This is going to be called draw generic tile. Calculate cell to start. This is going to go to our cell folder. Draw start tile is going to go to our layout folder. Draw generic tile as well. Step back, we want to call that get cell to step back to. oh, we put that in a folder, but I want to call that function like this, and I want to put that in a folder called cell, in the cell folder, I mean. I want to hit compile, hit save, hit play, everything is working, fine. Find room, okay, end tile. Add end tile to the layout. We want to call that draw end tile. And we want to put that in our layout folder. Then we want find room for end tile or discard. So I want to clean that up afterwards. I move that to the delete folder. Force tile. Check for force tile. So how did I call that? Can create forced tile. Create forced tile is going to be called draw forced tile. And we're going to rename that as well. Draw forced 4 ways. And we're going to copy paste draw forced corridor, corner, 3 ways. And we might be doing dead ends in another video. So like that, we want to put all of this in our layout folder. Like this. So check for corridor room. We actually want to call that cancel host corridor, and this is going in our cell folder. Calculate dungeon progression. So I'm opening another part of my paper, and I want to. So I'm not finding if I actually want to rename that, and I don't remember. I think I want to rename that. Calculate dungeon progression. I just want to call that calculate progression. And I want to find calculate. I use that in there. So calculate progression is going to go to our layout folder. Then style of type is going to be called is cell of type, and it's going to go in our cell folder. Display extra tiles error is going to be called add extra tile error to log, and it's going to go in our error log folder. Store tile layout, this is going to go in our layout folder. So it's a bit, we cleaned up a bit, but it's not over yet. I'll want to make subfolders afterwards, but for now I just want to rename some of the variables as well. So in our metrics, I want to rename that generic tile amount. Then I want to rename that max consecutive corridors. I want to move additional tile amounts above. I want to move corridor to end tile above. I want to call that corridors to end tile is corridors to end. Min cells to start tile is going to be called min cells to start. Max consecutive corridor is fine. Extra connection is going to be called max extra connections. Connect additional tile is going to be moved down. Start tile direction and tile direction, step back chance. We're good with this. With tiles, we're going to remove the list from the names we chose, and we're going to add plural, start tiles, replacement tiles, background tiles, so like this. And we actually want to move them a bit. Start tile first, end tile second, generic tile first, I meant. Background tiles last, and for last, and replacement tiles second, forest tile third, start tile, end tile, background tile, like this. Loop, max reroll retry. We want to call that max layout retry, max what did I choose? Max cell start retry and max end tile retry. We are fine with this. Then in our references folder, tile layout, this is going to be our did I choose? So I think I've ended up with not renaming this and renaming that. This is going to be our tile actors. Remaining connection are going to be current extra connections. Corridor spawn is going to be current corridors spawned. Steps to start is going to be current steps to cells to start. Current rerolls is going to be current layout retry. Tile spawned is going to be current tile amounts. Current corridors to end is going to be like that. We are not going to call that any other name actually. Error report, if I'm not mistaken, we're not using that anymore, so we're just going to get rid of that. Reroll dungeon, I want to delete that eventually, so we're going to move that in a delete folder. Broadcasted tile, we don't want to rename that. Wanted forced tiles. So dungeon progression is going to be called current progression, or just progression actually. We're going to move that further, I mean at the top of the list, a bit closer to the top of the list. And that's it for these variables, like that. So I'm going to hit compile, hit save, hit play, everything is working fine. I want to go in our event begin play. I want to find where is the generate level function. I'm supposing that the generate level function is in our level category, and so I tried to move our level category above and it didn't work. I tried to hit compile to make it work, but it didn't change anything. So it's logical. In our level category we have these two functions. What does generate level do? So it resets the level, and it should not be calculating the progression. This sounds like something that belongs to another. It should be something in our generate layout function, I believe. So I'm going to control X that. I'm going to go to our generate layout function. I'm going to put that here. I mean, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be there, but it's strange that the level knows about the progression. The level is just resetting the level, and then it should be, what should it be doing? Well, generating the layout seems okay. So generate the layout seems to belong to the level category. So if we go to our layouts folder and we go to our generate layout function, we can move that to our level folder like that. And what does generate layout do? So it's calculating the progression. So is calculating progression a function which is in our layout folder? Yep, it is. So this is a step. So this is going to layout step. It's strange that we actually calculate the progression before we reset the layout. So we're actually going to reset the layout first and then calculate the progression. We're going to hit compile, hit play and see if it still works. It looks like it does, so we did not break anything by inverting this order. So calculate progression is going to be, reset layout is going to be in our step folder as well. So calculate layout. So I think this is in our delete folder and I want to get rid of that. So I want to check what's in there. I want to control X that. I want to go to our generate layout function. I want to control V that. I want to paste. And then I want to just hit compile, hit save, delete our calculate layout function, hit compile. So it says this does not exist anymore. I know. I want to hit compile, hit play, and everything is still working. Okay, so we are not going to clean stuff in that video. We are first just going to put stuff in folder. But we are actually going to do that in the next video. So this is going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.